Good morning. We are here again at the Archway Museum for another day of building for our community improvement project. When last we met, we broke ground on our museum as well as our art wing, our natural history wing, and our aquarium. But we still have 3 more wings to complete for this museum. We have our technology wing, our conservatory, and our history wing. We're going to start today with our conservatory wing. We're going to dig a nice trench through here so that way we have a nice, beautiful walkway to walk through into a large greenhouse that tumbles down the hillside. I'm excited for this one. Let's get going. We have completed the exterior of our greenhouse conservatory. Equipped with large rounded windows, huge windows overlooking this beautiful sea exterior, water feature, multiple bridges, walkway. It has been a very exciting build so far, but this is the point where I have gone out of my depths. You see, I primarily build redstone. So this large building, this is an accomplishment. Going from the blocking step, to the sculpting, to the details. It's what this entire project's about. I firmly believe that it is important to push your boundaries and try to learn something new. I've always wanted to be able to build, so I took it upon myself to do many of them. That's why the museum project is here. That's why the superstore happened. But I have come to a point of something truly new that is going to require a lot of mental effort. For, you see, it's a pretty poor conservatory without any plants. It's kind of just a walkway. And I don't really have a lot of experience doing that kind of landscaping with the plants and the greenery, the scene setting as such, the waterways. It's all new. But I think that's a good thing. It's growing creatively, pushing what I am comfortable with to try to add more to my tool set and expand what I'm capable of. And we will get to that later. We're going to take a break from that, give a little mental refresh, and come back to this with fresh eyes. After I do a little bit more on some of the other wings, we're going to go to something a bit more familiar and go to the technology wing. Close enough. Found another one. Oh no. My mask broke. Was that entire part just a bit for me to be able to change my skin in the middle of a recording? Yes. Yes, it was. I was sick of the mask. So here we are. Oh, there we are. Back to creative mode. And here we have the beginning of the technology wing. And I'm not sure if you saw it in that last clip, but I keep having this graphic thing where there's like a rotten flesh that's flying towards me like I'm picking it up, but it never arrives. And it's been bugging me so much this entire recording. But we're just gonna get through that together. Here at the beginning of the technology wing, we have something that's kind of vitally important to the technology experience, and that is the flying machine redstone door. It's on a bit of a large delay so that way people don't get squished, but there it goes. Which leads us into this small little room here where I'm going to put in some more little interactive redstone devices just to show off some fun things you can do. Definitely need to put in some stairs. And I've started populating the space with, again, little things that show off what you can do and how they work. And as you can also see, I have a long way to go, so here we go. And just like that, we have finished the technology wing. I took a lot of inspiration for this wing based off of children's science museums that I've taken my kiddo to. A lot of movement, a lot of lights, a lot of interactables, a lot of things going on. Just all kinds of stuff to play around with. And it was quite fun to just come up with various different things to try out in this space. And you know, a lot of times whenever you're building redstone, you're building like large farms or you're building complex puzzles, and that just didn't feel right for this kind of space. This is a museum. It's going to be showing off, you know, a little bit of that, but a lot of it's just to get you excited for the process and just have things to do to get you hyped. And it was very enjoyable to come up with a bunch of these little small things just to have fun with it. I also do have a very small little puzzle of can you find the buttons to open this door, and have buttons kind of strewn about the place. A lot of them do nothing, but some of them have little fun things. Like I said, this was very much inspired from children's science museums, and I think I got the vibe down at the very least, if not the look. I'm proud of this. But it's time to move to the next wing, through the doors, and onto the historical wing. And we have finished our historical wing, including my favorite part of the entire exhibit, a recreation of a sacrificial pit. We have some small exhibits with informational plaques scattered throughout the entire build, as well as upstairs here. We have this nice little outdoor walkway that leads to some more informational and artifact-based exhibits. Nice and cozy. As well as various little things to explore and just take in the history. But now I have to do the hard thing. I have to do the thing I've been procrastinating this entire build for. By the way, I could have texturized the outside and made it a lot nicer and prettier, but I've already spent far too long in this build, and it's about time we start wrapping it up. By changing these from coming soon to open. Here goes something. We at last return to the conservatory, where I have subdivided each of the major plots in here into their own little categories, as this may make it a little easier to tackle. So each major plot is divided. The minor plots are just going to be filled with random flora. And I'm going to tie it all together. I'm going to make it look nice, but it's not going to be a theme. We got stony, we got pine, we got lush deciduous, we have mossy magnolia, we have savanna. I'm going to start by trying to add in some custom trees as well as some vanilla trees and foliage and try to make it look more like the biome that it's representing. And then hopefully I'll be able to tie it all together, make it look nice, and then we'll have our beautiful conservatory ready and we can move on to opening our museum. Here goes. And here's attempt number 1. We have our nice little spruce biome here. We have little bushes. We have our tall spruce trees. We have our little spruce trees. We have sweet berries dotted around. We have a nice little path. We got boulders. Got some elevation. It's not the best, but I did it. I'm proud. We're going to move on. We're going to tackle this one last. Let's move over to the... We'll do lush deciduous. We'll do lush deciduous next. Let's give this a go. It is complete. My conservatory. I even did custom little willow trees here. Well, willow-like trees. I have particles. I have the cherry. The mushrooms. I have all of it. Nice little bamboo thatch. This is everything I was hoping for. Stepped out of the comfort zone. Did pretty good. And with that, the museum is completed, and I believe I have thoroughly satisfied the court order. I'm very proud of this. But all good things come to an end, and I will leave this to our competent curator. You got this. Where'd my paintings go? Hopefully in the future people can find enjoyment and enrichment from this wonderful space that we've taken this time to create. And we can just move on and enjoy it.
You're in here.